Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, I just did a little blurb on general monarchies around the world, and we were looking at monarchies that are up next to fall. And Britain wasn't in the top 5 list, and it didn't say probably won't fall anytime soon, but it is ripe for transformation. So let's figure this out. Let's find out if the cards will tell us when it will transform and right, because even when William takes the crown, whenever that shall be, it doesn't transform overnight, right? I mean, Charles took the crown. I mean, you have to have some respect for the previous monarch, grieving time. I mean, that is your parent. So let's find out. Diana has always said in my auto writings that the monarchy is going to change, but for the better. There's a big transformation coming up. So let's find out. Let's find out when that is going to happen and what is it going to look like. Is it going to look pared down? Is it going to, you know what I was thinking? I wonder if William's going to do something like the monarchy is going to go dark, meaning not as much social media, be revered once more, be not so available and open, and maybe that's just to keep some stalkers away. It is a much dangerous world. I wouldn't want to be bringing up young children in this world with the internet. I'd be petrified all the time. And I know there's parameters and blocks and stuff you can do, and limit screen time and whatnot, but they go to school. You have no control what's happening at school. Some kid who doesn't have the same parameters or parental guidance is showing yours at lunchtime things that you don't want them to see, and I don't know how you can stop that. All right, when and what will the new monarchy look like when King William starts to rule? Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands for, I think he's going to reduce it by 25%. And he's going to work with other people and look at, isn't that funny? I said they go dark. I think he's going to implement things right away. I really do. I think he's going to come in. Sometimes the Knight of Wands can be like a bull in a china shop. You just kind of barge your things through, and that's that. I think he's going to reduce it by about 25%. This is interesting. I wonder if he's just going to concentrate on his 3 children, because we have a 3 here as well. And he did make a statement that he wants to be what he hands to George. He wants to be very proud of what he hands to George and make it really easy for him. So I think William's whole focus, I think, will be a monarchy that his children can be proud of. And you know what that tells me is that William's not proud of the monarchy his father has. I think he was proud of the monarchy his grandmother had. Look at that, the clock agrees with me. I don't think William is proud of the monarchy he's going to be handed. I mean, the truth be told, you can't control other people and their choices and whatnot, but you can control how you handle it. And I think that King Charles has to come out of his little bubble and realize how the people feel about Harry, and realize how the people feel about what he's handing to William. Like, at least he's looked after Andrew, and maybe Harry is next. We have to remember the royals are on a different timeline than we are. Right? They do everything in due time. Lots of patience there. And especially I find with the Scorpio King, Scorpios have so much patience. It's crazy. Oh, King of Swords, there it is. There's King William. Oh, he's already making plans. He already knows what 25% is going to go. But I think that William wants, I think he's going to rule by rule of law, or I think he's going to be very quick to cut people out. Not like how Charles handled it. Uh, I think he'll be very quick to cut people out. I think he'll have lots of communication but few words, if that makes sense. They'll be very succinct what he has to say, and there'll be no word salads, let's put it that way. I think he wants to he wants to pass a monarchy that his children can be proud of. I honestly, that's what I'm picking up here. So 9 months. 9 months. I asked a timeline as well. So that would put us well, to September. I think there's secret plans right now. I think just like how Charles helped his mother in the end there, I think right now there's a lot of secret things going on behind the scenes. Also, we have to remember this is the moon. And Diana, as a Cancerian, represented the moon. I think we may see more things that perhaps Diana wanted to see in the monarchy. Like how Diana took the boys to go see homeless people and whatnot. I think we might see more Diana like. Now that just could be because the moon also rules rules William as a Cancerian, right? So perhaps he's going to be using more of his intuition. Perhaps he's going to be a little bit more secretive. Just like, remember when I was shuffling, I said, I wonder if he's going to go dark, meaning, be more secretive of what's going on. I think he's oh yeah, there's Diana too, the star. I think he's definitely thinking, like he's already planning. I think he's already manifesting some things. I think he's already going to, he probably is already thinking, and every good employee that's training for a job, for example, if you are the vice president, you're not only doing your job as vice president, you're training to be the president, right? If you're the vice CEO, I don't know what they're called, um, and you're training to be the CEO, you don't do it in secret. You actually have to show that you're ready for the job. So I think he's already training for the job in some respects. He's already trying to manifest some of the changes that he goes on. But I think he's doing it quietly in the background. Of course, you have to, otherwise you look like a traitor, right? But you still, at the same time, have to train for this job. I think he's quietly watching in the background until the day he becomes king. Look at the star and the moon. Wow. I actually think there's going to be some healing for the monarchy. I think there's going to be more hope that's going to be stronger. He's going to try and manifest some hope and healing, probably possibly undoing some of the things that have gone wrong with Harry and Meghan. Just to heal all of that. And I think isn't that funny that I said that about William? Because right now, to me, William and Catherine are the most approachable out of, right? They play sports with the people, they bake buns, they're out and about and whatnot. I think we are going to see a veil. I think we are not going to, I think that we are going to see a monarchy that is, like I said, going dark. I think we'll only know what we're allowed to know. That could be because of how William wants to raise his children, right? That's very important to him, how he's raising the children. so he can be king at the same time and keep his children quite private. Um, I think we're going to see a lot of uh, illusion. I think we're going to see, it's so interesting because the moon is eclipsing the sun here. I think William's going to be a shield for his family. I think William's going to be, I think we're going to see the monarchy not so open anymore. I think they've learned their lesson with what happened with Catherine and the horrible social media. And I think also, I think that might have something to do why they're not going to Australia any longer, because of what happened in how Megan can get her minions after. You think this is the simple sugars barking, and there's William protecting his family, the son, right? Protecting George, and of course Catherine and everyone, and he's protecting them from the people barking at him. I would not be surprised if it became quite only ceremonial. We keep forgetting, like, because we didn't experience it, the access we had to the royal family and knowing like their ins and outs, and it's on TV who had affairs and whatnot. That never was discussed in polite society. Well, number one, they didn't have TV, but they did have newspapers. And we know King George, he had up to 100 mistresses. That's documented. That's not even gossip. Um, but nobody knew of it at the time, right? There was a certain reverence for the royal family, and I think that's going to come back again. We're ending here with 4 major arcanas. I think this is something he is creating. I think we're going to see more secrecy, more. There's going to be just enough star power. So you see them, at these state dinners, official things. And other than that, William's protecting his family. I think that's what's going to happen. I think we're going to see this in about 9 months. I think we're going to see it in about 9 months. I think what we know as the monarchy right now, and the moon is Pisces, so it's a completion of a cycle. Because we even have Aquarius, Pisces done. Wouldn't that be interesting if you went back to the beginning of when, if you said anything bad about the king, that you were a traitor and you're thrown in the Tower of London? So you barely gossiped about the king, whispered perhaps, but all right. Well, so we'll see in about 9 months. We're going to start to see us, and who knows, maybe he will do it right off the hop, 25% cut. It's almost like he comes in like a bull in a china shop. Maybe we'll even see the coronation a lot different. I think we've already heard some rumblings or something that he won't even have carriages. Like those are going to be not used. And so I think we're going to see things like that possibly happen right from the coronation. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much for watching. Please take good care. See you online. Bye for now.